Searching for this all my life. You're just my type. I've been looking for a boy who can treat me right. Your dark hair, because eyes so bright.
Hello. Welcome back to another week of Shenanigans. Today's episode is going to be a little different. And honestly, it's one that I've been really excited to do. We've been trying to figure out schedules. We finally did. I feel like anytime I talk about parenting on here, you know, the wins, the struggles, the what is even happening right now, all of those moments, I get so many messages from you guys because as I've had kids, you've had kids, we've grown together, you've been following me for a while, and whether it's questions, resources, encouragement, all of the things, it reminds me how much I value the community we've built here, especially around navigating parenthood together. So a while back, my husband and co-parent, today my co-host, he came across an Instagram account called Big Little Feelings. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that these type of accounts are what saves our sanity as mothers and lets us know that we're not completely fucking up on everything we're doing. You know, you always wonder, like, is everything I'm doing just going to completely put my kid in therapy one day? Maybe, but hopefully not. So if you're a parent who has ever dealt with a full-blown toddler meltdown, if you haven't, your kid must be like an alien or something. Because, you know, you ask yourself, is this normal? Well, this episode is for you. Yes, it's normal. All of them have it, but it's hard. So if you're not familiar with Big Little Feelings, it is a parenting resource founded by best friends Kristin, who is a parent coach, and Deena, who is a child therapist. So obviously, they know their stuff. They know what they're talking about. They offer practical, judgment-free, research-backed tools to help parents navigate big emotions, boundaries, routines, and the very real challenges of raising young children, all while keeping it relatable and realistic, which we need and we love. So Kristin and Deena are joining me today to talk about toddler emotions, setting boundaries, which is something I need to be better about, and I'm getting better, building routines, and how to stay calm when your child is absolutely losing it. I feel like I'm getting better at it, but there are still those days where it's hard. So as I said, Brock is here co-hosting with me, and we're going to workshop some real life parenting struggles and get Kristin and Deena's advice in real time. I know so many of you love Big Little Feelings as much as we do. So please welcome Kristin and Deena to Scheananigans. Thanks for being here.
What an intro.
We did it.
I can't believe we're here.
I know.
I can't believe we're here. I mean, I feel like you, like, maybe we're raising your kids, but you, like, raised me in my 20s.
Oh,
you know
my
what I mean?
God.
Like, I was
Yes.
right there with you in the back alleys. We were going through the same things, and then we all had kids at the same time.
I know.
Wow.
I love it.
It's incredible. So we're
Yes.
very honored to be here.
Awesome. Well, no, we absolutely love the Instagram account. One thing, I mean, not just one thing. There are a million things that Brock is amazing at when it comes to being a dad. But with the parenting stuff, he's so good about finding really great accounts that actually help. He sends me the DMs and sends me videos, and he's like, oh, we should try this. We need to do this. I wouldn't look at any of the accounts, like, no offense, but just like,
None
if
taken.
it wasn't for him, it's just not in my
It's an algorithm.
I know,
it's
but
my
it's
algorithm thing.
But
now.
that's a good thing.
It's
I
a
don't know that
great
that's
thing.
that
It's
many
a-
men's algorithm in the best way.
Right.
You're very lucky. Because
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
proud of you.
I know. I'm so proud of you.
Thank
I
you,
mean,
guys.
we, you know, even I have to send parenting things to my own. Like, I'm like sending my own stuff to my husband, like
Mhm.
DMing.
I
You know,
think-
like, hey, you see this today?
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yeah.
Brock.
The thing about social media and the world we live in now, and there's no excuse. Let's be real here. Is like, if you have a problem you can deal with, there's resources available where you could, like, just pay attention. And I think social media, I try to do less of consumption and more of creation of it is the goal.
And I try not to consume anything. So
Yeah.
I just don't look. And thankfully, I've gotten my algorithm away from Bravo and reality TV to all mental health, anxiety, power of positivity. And I love that. But his is all the parenting stuff. So he does the work and then sends it to me. And then, you know, we execute together.
Yeah, it's easy because you literally can go through and you're like, oh, wait a second, that's really relative to yesterday's experience, or this is something that we're struggling with often, and there's tools for it instead of just struggling. And so it just creates that town hall effect. So it's fun, it's great, it's awesome. You guys do a great job doing it, and it also, you know, it allows parents to step up or understand their situations a little bit easier to try and give them the tools.
Mhm.
That's the biggest one. And even listen, I'm not perfect at it either,
No.
but I'm more. I'll tell you what. I'm
No
more
one is.
aware.
Yeah.
I'm more aware of my my reactions, and then I'm also more in tune with my daughter's feelings on it too. Just because I'm blessed with the time. There's another thing. A lot of males in the world, it's a little bit role reverse. I am Summer's. I'm mostly at home with Summer, and then Scheana's majority working half the time. It's called Payroll Husband, if you want to
Well,
refer
you're
to
not
it
on
like
the
that.
payroll, honey.
But I'm unemployed on the payroll, which is a
Technically, if
problem. So I
anyone's
need to
listening.
talk to the union. I need to figure this out.
Call HR.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Brock needs a raise. He's
call
doing the mental
HR.
load.
I call HR and your mom picks up, and I'm like, oh God.
You're not approved, Brock. Not approved.
No, I'm not complaining. I love it. We've got a good dynamic, a good balance. But thank you very much for being here today. I was excited for you guys to come in
Yeah.
because it is. This is our new world.
And we have a little girl with very big feelings. She feels hard, and I do want to get your opinion on that in a bit. But for anyone who might not know the full story, how did Big Little Feelings actually start?
Yeah, it started from a true organic need. I was a mom of a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. Deena here has been my best friend for so long. 14 is when we met. We went to high school together.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we were really close. We've been best friends, but like diverting paths. I'm sort of always have been like the reckless, wild one. And she's always been the straight A student who's like top of her class and
Good
doing
balance.
amazing things. Yeah. And so we just let ourselves fly. Like, you're amazing. We'll meet up once in a while. And we kind of, our paths kind of crossed really closely when I had the 3-year-old and the 1-year-old.
Mhm.
And I had read every single book. I had done every single thing you could possibly research because I was just like, I have to get this right. I don't want to fuck them up the way that, my parents
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
a little bit, if I may. They did their best,
They
but
did their best.
they did their best. I can
Exactly.
say that with certainty. And so we both became hyper obsessed. And I would text her all day long. She would text me back. And we just kept thinking, like, nothing like this exists. It definitely didn't exist at the time. It was
Mhm.
there were a lot of mom accounts that were like, cut little cutesy shapes and, match these pajamas on Pinterest and all this stuff. And I'm like, wait a minute, I have spit up everywhere. My hair is in a bun. Like, I have intrusive thoughts. Is that normal? Does anybody feel that? Does anybody do this? I don't know.
Mhm.
Nothing was really real. And so we kind of put our heads together and being like, I think there is something out there. There is something missing. There is something that parents are craving, mixed with, therapy, that this wonderful, brilliant human being is leading a child therapy practice that only sort of the 1% gets access to.
Yeah.
You have to pay a lot of money to have access to like mental health resources.
Right.
Let's make this open for the masses.
Exactly. We really wanted a page that was real, but also gave you the tips and tricks you can use when your toddler is screaming at you, when
Uh-huh.
your kid won't leave the park, when they're just having these meltdowns that feel so irrational. It's so hard to be like, okay, wait, what did I read in that book? What do I actually say and do right now?
Yeah.
So we wanted to tackle that.
Yeah, I love that. Well, it's been amazing for, especially I'm a new mom. I mean, not new anymore, but like I didn't know what I was doing, as none of us really do.
No.
So having resources like this really do help, and it makes you feel like a part of the community, where you're like, okay, it's not just me. And you just mentioned intrusive thoughts, and like that was another thing. Where did you have postpartum OCD?
I had postpartum anxiety, although
Okay.
in a few years later, someone
Uh-huh.
mentioned, they're like, that sounds a lot more like postpartum OCD. So
Yeah.
I think I've heard
think
your
they
story. I
Kind of
think
go hand in hand.
yeah.
Yeah, but that was the thing where I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't think it was normal that I'm picturing, what if she jumps out of my arms?
Yeah.
And I'm like, she can't jump yet, but all of those things. And until you open up and talk about it, you don't know if it's normal or if you're fucking crazy.
It's very normal, by the way.
Very
It's
much.
Very
very
normal.
normal. I think the disconnect after that is how you then tell yourself to de-risk that risk of like, oh, well, on the chance I do that, it's there. And that's kind of like, that's
Yeah.
where the
Yeah.
intrusion gets
And
to.
also seeking help, by the way. It's normal and
Totally.
you should seek help.
Absolutely.
For me, I didn't know that it really manifested that way either. I think you're in the similar boat where you're just like, oh, there's just something fucking wrong with me. My
Yeah.
brain's just like spiraling out of control
Yeah.
versus, oh, this is postpartum OCD. I should go get help. I
Right.
might either need just therapy or medication or EMDR. Very normal.
Mhm.
And I get some help.
Yeah, and I've done all the things now. And I mean, I'm not perfect, but I'm
Yeah.
a hell of a lot better than I was 4.5 years ago.
Yes.
Mhm.
I can't believe she's going to be 5.
I'm real.
Going to kindergarten this year. Like,
oh
my
what?
God.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy.
It's crazy. Anyway, was there a moment when you thought, okay, this isn't just an Instagram page anymore, like this is huge?
A moment? I don't know. It all went really fast. We honestly thought that when we started this, it was going to be just our moms like, oh my gosh, girls, you're doing so good. Keep going, sweetie. Like, help the world.
You're doing great.
You
Yeah.
know?
You're
And then
great.
all of
great,
a sudden,
sweetie.
within 6 months of starting our page, we had 1 million followers just organically.
Awesome.
So clearly it was what
There was a
parents
need.
were needing
There
at
was
the
a need.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
what's something you wish you knew as a new parent that you now are teaching millions of people about?
Oh my God. What do you have?
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I think, honestly, for me, I've always been a bit of a perfectionist.
Mm-hmm.
And especially studying this since I was literally 16, I have been obsessed with the science of child development. And so making mistakes has always been really hard. Like those parenting mistakes, you know, when you're just so tired, you're out of
Mhm.
gas and you just kind of lose it for a second, you yell or whatever, and then you have to catch yourself and repair it. Those were always such hard moments for me. And I wish my new mom self could have had a little bit more grace in those
Mhm.
moments because I used to kind of kick myself and spiral in it. But really, it's just a human experience. It's part of the
Yeah.
parenting game. And in fact, it's actually part of your growth.
Mm.
You know, you have to have those moments.
Mm.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm. I think I would have told myself that whatever phase you're in right now is probably not going to be the phase you're in 3 months or 6 months or 9 months.
That's
And
good.
I think I knew that with the baby or with the kid, but I didn't know that about myself. So
Mhm.
like when they're born, I'm like, I am a breastfeeding mom. I am a co-sleeping mom. I am a this kind of mom. And then they
Mhm.
came and I was like, wait a minute, I'm afraid I'm going to suffocate her in the middle of the night. I'm a crib mom. Okay. And then I'm okay. Now suddenly I'm a formula mom. And it's like, it's just, and now 10 years, I'm 10 years into it. And it's
Mhm.
still shifting where they were like in their cribs for the first 3 years. Now they all sleep in my bed. There's just, you're going to shift
Yeah.
and flow. And the more you, control is a hard thing for us as moms. Like
Mhm.
control, and it has to be just so. And I wish I would have just been like, every 3 to 6 months, this might flow, and
Yeah.
whatever's going to feel better, then you just kind of go with it.
Uh-huh.
Can I ask like a
course.
topical question? What, just jumping straight into it, the sleeping in the bed. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I think it's great. Am I wrong?
She doesn't sleep in our bed every night. She
No.
sleeps in her own bed. She comes into our bed every morning.
But it's an open door
yeah.
policy. It's not like I'm saying you can't be in my bed. Like she will come in. She'll love to come in. She'll jump in. We've got mornings now, so she'll come in and spend like 30 minutes
I love
cuddling.
it. Yeah.
I'm like, and I
That's
hear her
the
pity pat. I hear her
best.
feet just.
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, get in here,
Julie.
kiddo. I love it. I love
love
it. Obviously, not at an infant stage. There's obviously the safety of like, rolling on
infant.
your kid. I get that part.
Yeah.
Here's what research says, and this is why parenting, I think, is so hard for people who have control issues and type A. There is no concrete research that is going to say, like, your child must sleep in their own bed until they are 8 years.
Yeah,
There's
that's a
no-
hard. That's a
Right.
hard. That's a hard
It's
test to get
not,
a
other
placebo
than-
and
yeah.
an A and a B test. Yeah.
Other than infants, where we know, the SIDS risk, things like that, this
Mhm.
truly is, studies will show what's best for the whole family to get sleep and to be regulated and to
What-
be happy is what works for you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And that's why mine shifted, because I used to be where if they were in bed with me, I could not sleep. I had anxiety. So
Yeah.
I would be like, they're going to die. Are they breathing? Are they whatever? They had to be in there.
Uh-huh.
Now they wake up so much that I'm like, this is way easier if they're just in here. So we
Right.
all sleep better if they're all in there. And so that truly is the answer, is whatever way
Works for the family.
everybody gets actual
Yeah.
sleep and
Uh-huh.
can be well rested is the best way that you should
Like
approach
you
sleep.
love it.
Yeah.
I want to love it. Like I love snuggling with my kids. And the reality is when they're in my bed and I feel their little feet on my legs all night, I can't sleep.
Yeah.
You know, so then I'm like
So
an
now
irritable
your-
mom
now
the
your
next
sleep
day. And
quality
that's
is done.
worse for everyone.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Ours is like a break dancer in her sleep. I mean,
Yeah.
she does a
Whoa.
full 360 rotation. I'm like, what are you doing? Usually he's on the edge of the bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually take up the least amount of square space on this bed, and it's
irony.
a king. And I'm like, I'm in there like
I'm about
I'm
to
just
fall
over
off.
here, and then this one's wrapped up in the blanket with my other daughter like this, and I'm just like, I'm good. Don't worry about me.
Don't worry about me.
What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about what Big Little Feelings actually does?
Ooh, do you want to kick off?
Sure. I think the biggest misconception is that Big Little Feelings and this sort of way that we're trying to parent, most of us millennial
Mhm.
parents, is permissive parenting.
Mm-hmm.
I think that people have gotten the feelings thing wrapped up with we let our kids do whatever they want and they are out of control and they are going to be cupcakes and snowflakes and there's no behavior and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
That is definitely the biggest misconception because at the end of the day, you cannot be validating feelings all day long and just let those feelings then ride the show. Your kid will be out of control.
Yeah.
You have to
Correct.
say, it's okay to be sad because later on when they're older, they need to know what to do with sadness. They need to know what to do with anger. That's not going to go away. And iPad time is all done. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be angry. I get that.
But you're not
those
gonna
two have to be side by side.
Correct.
It is not permissive parenting, just like people will raise snowflake, cupcake, out of control
It's
children.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, being in the space of, as a kid, that you're looking around at these kids and you're not judging a parent, but you're like, Summer, we should just play this way and just to avoid a lot of that issues, to be fair. But I also do feel like it's good to give your kid the opportunity to, like, now when my Summer will see a kid misbehave and she'll just look at him and be like, what are you doing?
Oh, like at Christmas Eve, we're waiting for this Christmas parade and her friend kept jumping in the street. Prime example. And her parents were like, get out of the street, or we're going to go home. But then it's like, you can't do the empty threats. If she goes in the street again, you take her ass home.
You gotta get her home.
And so Summer was just like looking at us and looking at her friend, and she was like, she's not listening.
Wait, you can do that? You can do
I stepped in, I said, just so we're very clear, kids, we're all representing each other. Okay?
Good for you.
Look left, look right.
Good for you. I mean, especially with safety.
And it's honestly, yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. The streets are shut down. We're waiting for a parade, but your parents say, don't be in the street.
Yeah,
and
listen.
then
you need
listen,
to have
kid.
a consequence, and they can be okay. Consequences are no longer, the consequences, I'm going to go like take the belt out, right? That's not what the consequence is. And so people misperceive consequences. They misperceive saying, validate their feelings as, all right, let them go in and out. That's not it would be chaos. The world and that parade would be chaos.
Yeah.
You can say like, I hear and see that you want to go in there. You cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next time you go in there, I am picking you up and I'm removing you. Maybe you're just standing off to the side for 10 minutes. You don't have to go home yet, but like you're giving a consequence.
Yeah,
Totally.
the way to think about it is all feelings are okay and certain behaviors are not. And that's where it's our job to hold boundaries, to help them learn. And I know it's so hard because they're going to push back. They're going to cry and tantrum, and you're going to have to carry them out sometimes kicking and screaming. You are. And the more consistent you are, the more you'll actually shift behavior.
Yeah. See,
Consistent.
I'm like the parent where if we're in public, I'm like, I'll just give her whatever she wants, especially as public people.
I'll have that argument.
I don't need that
I
on
will have that
TMZ. And he will literally like,
We'll have, this is
fight
a
in
lesson
public.
right now. This is on. We're going to teach each other
And I'm
this.
like, no.
Let's go to school, buddy.
You're like sparring with the toddler.
No idea.
in public.
Yeah.
They're not part of my world. This is my world.
We
You're
get
a
that
bystander
too.
walking by.
I know. It's like, what is the big little feelings mom going to do?
We do
at the
have-
park.
Well, only because we are not Scheana and Bob. Let's just be very clear,
no.
okay? But if you put us into a zoo, we are Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Right? Like, there are eyes, like there are fans. We're like, what the fuck is going on here? Can I say back on this podcast?
Yeah.
But it's true because not only are we like, oh God, like people are going to watch our kids, they're melting down, but people will come up to me and be like, hi, excuse me, my kid over there, he wants to see the gorilla. Do you see him? He's the one with the snot. He's screaming. He's on the floor. What should I do?
The problem, I feel like
the
when you're
zoo.
in that situation, you're past the point of this isn't the problem. The problem, it backtracks to how they feel like they're entitled to these feelings.
Yeah.
That's I sit on that fence. I very much want to give our kids all the love and validate their feelings.
Yeah.
But there has to be the second part to that, and I think that's the disconnect, which is a very big point to make. It's like your kids' feelings are valid, but they're also 4 years old, and they're too entitled. That's my biggest one.
Oh,
Maybe we get into this.
hot take. Yeah,
Hot
I don't
take.
love the word entitled. So
Hot
let's
take.
rock.
Let's
rock,
go.
bro.
So we're doing the school experiences. They're going around. All I hear about is we're going to give them the space. We're going to give them room to have these feelings. I'm like, they're 4. What space are they entitled to?
I think a lot. Go ahead.
They have it. They have it.
This is what I'm married to.
They have the
I love
space.
it. No,
They
I
have
love
the
it.
space. They
Yeah.
have 2 loving parents that
Good.
validate their feelings.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to then, in a school environment, be like, oh, here's
You
a
don't need
space
to air
for you.
quotes. It is a school.
It's a real one.
I
We have to
feel like in
legally
the
say
in the school environment, I would typically be expecting them to focus on the educational side and leave the social aspect to the parents.
No.
Oh no.
To set the ground rules. Okay,
No.
help me here because I'm in trouble apparently.
Literally, the preschool she goes to focuses on social and emotional development.
That's the preschool.
Let's bring in Deena,
Right.
who
Yeah.
has mentored under Dan Siegel. If we all know Dan Siegel is a huge. Go ahead. So Deena's a big deal in this space. And Deena, 4 years old. Let's
Yeah.
talk. Let's
Yeah, talk about it. Yeah.
neurobiology.
You got to think of it this way. The social emotional piece is their foundation for literally everything and for all of life. You have to raise them to know that their feelings are okay
Mhm.
because they have to know what to do with them. Now, what you're talking about is I want my kid to have real tools for life. I want them to be able to handle hard things, and that is so valid. Now, the best time to teach those tools is once they've calmed down. That's why
Correct.
it's your job in the heat of the moment. Do not escalate. Do not join the chaos.
Do not raise
Try
your
your
voice.
best. Try your best.
Yeah.
When the voice goes up,
Yours goes
her
down.
and I shut down.
You got to go Michelle Obama when the kid goes up, you go down.
And
You know
here's
what I
Yeah,
why,
mean?
yeah.
though.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
I know I
when
should do that.
when we escalate with our kids, their brain goes into stress mode, and
Mhm.
basically their brain shuts down.
So does
They
mine.
literally, yeah,
I'm 40.
it's all of us. That is just a human response. And if we, in those moments, add to the stress, your kid won't learn anything.
Mhm.
You know?
See, I kind of took it as I'm going to nip this in the butt.
Mhm.
Hey,
He's like,
Mm.
hey. And I'm like, no.
recenter this. If you're going to cry about this, you're crying because you're not getting what you want right now. So I try and lead with,
Mm.
hey, firm, but loving. And then, she does emotionally shut down. Then she'll storm off, have her moment. I give her space. Not an air quote, but I give her space. And guess what? The thing's a psychopath. She just comes back. She's fine.
You
And-
just
and
call
so-
our daughter a psychopath?
She can.
Sometimes kids
as-
act like
as soon
psychopaths.
as
That's okay
I-
to say.
sh-
That's
full
approved.
There were
meltdown.
quotes on that
Full
one.
meltdown.
Quote, psychopath.
Listen, I'm gonna leave with quotes all the time. I get in trouble in this one. Feeling-
The whole episode is quoted right now, quote unquote, so Brock doesn't get in trouble. Okay, so let's just really quickly. I know we should talk about something else, other things, but Brock, I love you. I'm such a big fan of you. I think you're a great dad, and you're doing amazing. Give it a 4-year-old doesn't yet have the brain areas responsible. It's called your prefrontal cortex
Yep.
for emotional regulation, impulse control, decision making. So whether you're at home or I'm even going to go back to the school example, they literally physiologically cannot say to themselves, this is school. I need to behave today at 4. Maybe we could start to have that expectation around 6, around 7, around 8, and they're still not fully developed. Schools and preschools are very used to kids melting down or having feelings at the social emotional school. It's okay. And then we're going to go back to your example of like shutting down the emotions at home. We could be firm and not so scary and say we're done with iPad, but then like it's healthy to cry.
Yeah.
So when she grows up and she's 16 or 18 or 25 or 26 or 30, she's going to learn to shut her feelings down because I know crying is not okay. I know anger is not okay. She'll shut it down. What do a lot of people do when they shut down their feelings? Here's what I did. I was in the back alley just like Scheana. I was partying. I was drinking. I was risk taking because I was uncomfortable with sadness, anger, bad emotions. I needed to like, okay, shut that down really quick.
Damn it.
Whereas if we can still say, you're not getting this iPad back. Like you can cry as much as you want. Say that in your head, like cry. It's okay to cry. Like crying is actually really healthy in this moment. Let her cry and don't give her the iPad. That's still firm enough for her to know, no matter what I do, I'm not manipulating, quote unquote, to get the iPad back. But if I'm feeling sad, like I know I should cry when I feel sad. If I'm feeling anger, I know I should go punch a pillow or draw or do something with that anger and not shut it down.
To then understand that emotional regulation for herself.
Yeah.
What?
Hence why I had you here today.
Welcome to the podcast, bro.
I'm,
love you,
I'm in the
Brock.
hot seat.
I love you,
so
Brock.
I'm
You're
okay
doing
with this
great.
though.
You're doing great.
I think I do that. Then that's the parenting that I was exposed to 1,000%. Like, hey, yo.
Yep.
So-
Very different down under. And we were just raised completely differently. I was an only child for 12 years just outside of LA. He was on a farm in New Zealand, youngest of 5, with a mom who worked full time. So could not be.
Yeah, I was raised in the
any
wild. Let's go.
I love that.
Mhm.
I
There was
love
like,
that.
there's no time
And there
to cry.
was still
No.
the belts
It
back
was-
then.
I gotta survive.
Hey, what am I going to call about? Like, I got to figure out how I'm going to get this candy. Like, what am I going to do for this?
But also, like, there was the belt back then.
Oh, the
Yeah.
belt. Yeah, I got hidings. But
Yeah.
honestly, we don't. I definitely don't. I know that's. But I think my biggest downfall is me trying to like control that situation after we keep going. It keeps escalating. I don't see an off ramp maybe. And so I'm like, hey, this is the off ramp. We've had enough of this conversation. Take your time. We're going to be over here eating dinner. Come back over. So maybe I can work on that approach.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like she's too young. So that's the biggest thing. I
Maybe-
can probably lead into that once we allow her, because I think that's it. My bad. My takeaway was
Maybe
that.
this will help you though. You don't have to stop your entire life when your kid is sad. You can be there and validate their feelings and let them have their feelings and keep living life.
And that's what we did the other night. We
Yeah.
sat down and had dinner. She was
Yeah.
crying because we told her she couldn't finish the
I'm not the
Legos
one
that
that
she wanted to eat.
re-engages with it.
Totally.
We have a amazing mother who just wants to make sure she's happy.
Mommy! I'm like,
So
Oh,
now we got this
honey.
side of it, and I'm like,
Love
oh, here we
it.
go.
Love it.
Okay, quick break and we'll be right back. Okay, you guys, I'm so excited to share that this podcast is sponsored by The Real Real, which is the best place to shop authenticated luxury handbags, clothing, watches, sunglasses, and so much more. So the first time I went to this website, I became immediately obsessed because when I want something designer, I don't want to pay full price for it. And when I'm looking for a gift for someone, but I don't know what I'm looking for, a site like The Real Real gives you ideas you didn't even know that you needed. For example, this Christmas, I was looking for something for my manager. He is absolutely amazing. He crushed it on book tour with me. He's done so much for me in my career, but I'm like, I don't know what's good enough for him. And I was like, I'm going to look on The Real Real. And I did. And I found the dopest Gucci duffel bag that I bought him that I said we can use for all of our future endeavors and travels together. I was also looking for something for my bestie Daniel. And I was like, I don't know what to get him. But then I found these amazing John Varvatos sunglasses that I didn't know he needed and he totally loves. So if you need a dress for a fancy wedding, a new bag to add to your collection, I mean, whatever it is, The Real Real is your place to go. And also you can sell your stuff. It's the easiest way to sell. When you sell with The Real Real, they do everything for you, from photography and copywriting to shipping, pricing, customer service, all the things. The Real Real is the most trusted name in authenticated luxury resale with over 10,000 new arrivals daily. No one does resale like The Real Real. And now get $25 off your first purchase when you go to therealreal.com/goodasgold. That's therealreal.com/goodasgold to get $25 off. Start shopping now at therealreal.com/goodasgold. So, sticking on the same topic with toddler emotions and stuff, I want to ask you something about our kid specifically because I don't know what to do. My therapist did send us a workshop, which we have yet to do. We still need to do
The
that.
book?
No, it's a workshop for
Oh,
kids
yeah,
with
yeah.
big feelings. Because the one thing is she gets like embarrassed, but she shuts down really quick. Prime example, last night we're building Legos and she has made everyone in the family one of the characters from Inside Out. Apparently I'm Sadness. And I'm
Oh
like,
my God.
I'm like, because she gets to be Joy and Riley. And I'm like, why can't I be Joy? I'm like, I don't even cry like that much. I'm on way too much Zoloft. Like the tears don't really roll out. And so she did see me crying the other day because our cat is going through hell right now. And I was having a moment of sadness. But she gave me this character months ago. And I was like, well, honey, and I asked her last night and I go, why is mommy Sadness? It's not like my favorite color is blue. I don't wear glasses all day, every day. I don't have a voice like that. And so I'm just like, why are you relating this character to me? And she's like, just because. And then she goes and she hides under the table. And I'm like, honey, I'm just asking you a question. But I mean, it's anything. Like, well, why didn't you finish the broccoli? It's just like, she gets like that. She goes and hides under the table. Another example, we're at Christmas with the family and we're playing Flip Cup. And my little cousin was like, oh, Summer, it's like this. And I go, honey, look at how like Jackson's doing it. And she's like, oh,
Anyone
no.
else could give her
Mhm.
corrective form, by the way, and like, hey, you should do this. She listens. As soon as it comes from our mouth, it's just like,
But she shut down. She didn't play the game and she hid under the table the entire time. And so I just let her because what am I going to do? No, honey, come on, play. Let me show you. So I just let her and I give her space. She gets over it and comes back. But it's like, is that the best thing to just give her the space to figure it out? Or what is it that causes her to do this? And is it normal for this age? And hopefully she grows out of it.
Okay,
Sorry,
to
that was like
kick us
5
off,
questions at once.
I'm sure we have a lot of thoughts between the two of us, but to kick us off, it's actually the biggest compliment that she does this with you two. Because you mentioned she doesn't do it with other people.
Right.
And that's because you both are her safe space to
Mhm.
have her true feeling.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
that's just incredible in and of itself. And I hope you realize that.
Okay, good.
I love that you led with
Yeah.
that. Oh my God.
Mm.
So true. And so we also have a workshop. It's called the Big Feelers
Mhm.
program. And certain kids are born a little bit more sensitive. Like I think you're noticing, they have bigger feelings. They're also prone to shame. And that shame piece,
Yes.
it doesn't need to sound so dramatic. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you don't have a big feeling kid, then you're probably like, shame? Like a 4-year-old has shame? No, but it's just like you put eyeballs on her and something is just the slightest bit of a correction or something, and they instantly go into shame mode.
Mhm.
And those kids also have bigger meltdowns. They're more sensitive to like their environment. They're more sensitive to your emotions, right? So if they're seeing dynamics are
Mhm.
up, they're just a different subset of kids that are called big feeling kids, deeply feeling kids, whatever you want to call them, highly sensitive kids.
Yeah.
And so for those kids, taking this kind of reaction or approach to any kind of feedback is very, very normal. They're
Mhm.
always going to be a little bit more sensitive to how you are saying things, and you're going to be like, this is ridiculous. Like you should listen to the way my mom said some shit to me. You know,
I
they'd
just
be
asked, why
"Wipe
am I
that look off your
sadness?"
face." Yeah, you know. Do you want to come in on big feelers a little bit?
Keep going.
Okay. So listen, when you have this kind of kid, the best thing to do is to really build up their confidence, which I'm sure you're already doing outside of these moments, and to really address how she is feeling in those moments. Yeah, go ahead.
Addressing to addressing her feelings and giving her compliments or confidence. Sorry,
Yes,
not
confidence.
compliments.
Yeah.
Confidence, not compliments. You hear all of this like, oh, you should say, instead of saying like, oh, good job, you're meant to say, oh, I love the effort you put in. Can we get some more use cases,
Good
like
job.
some other thing? See, right?
Good job, Rob.
Right? But we just keep saying that. Oh, I'm really proud of the effort you
I'm
did.
gonna do it the way our parents did it.
Like,
for
is there
you.
a couple more role play that we could use on that for parents out there that have this? Instead of saying to your kid, and maybe you guys can elaborate, instead of saying to your kids, and good job,
Mhm.
and acknowledging the outcome, so they are trying to look for validation. See, but now we want to get better at it, because all I'm saying, like I said, is run around the house like, oh, how did that make you feel? Was that awesome?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it's having those kind of like little ones you can pull out to help you.
First
And-
of all, Brock, are you a parenting expert? Look at you.
Listen,
Well, he should
I pay
be.
attention. I pay attention.
You're talking about growth mindset right now. I'm
I
really
didn't know what
proud of
that
you.
was, so.
See, that's what. Okay, like you know it, and you don't even know it. That's incredible.
It's in your heart, Brock.
That's incredible.
Fair. It's
So you're
built in.
exactly right. When we just sort of follow them around. First of all, let's just be real here. Nobody's gonna die if we say good job. Like, sometimes the internet is, and they're like, experts are being ridiculous, and they're saying you can never say good job. Like, guys, calm the fuck down. Like, it's better for long-term mental health if we can get very specific when we are praising or complimenting our kids based off of what you're saying exactly is what the progress, the work that they put in. So a lot of times, I'll use my husband as an example. You're so smart. You are just the smartest kid. You're so smart. So he grew up, he thought he needed to be the smartest. He thought he needed to be the best. There was a lot of pressure.
Same.
I
If
like
he
that.
didn't,
Yeah.
you know,
That
and
was me.
yeah. And an easy way to sort of avoid that while also building up their confidence so much is when they get a great score on a test is like, wow, you put a lot of effort into that. You were studying really hard. That's
Uh-huh.
just such a slight difference. And
Yeah.
that's the same with your girl. So if she's 4, you're noticing the journey she had to get there. And it could even get to some of these experiences, like you're saying, if you notice she gets kind of overwhelmed at events or something where a lot of people are there. I don't know if she does.
She does
but
sometimes. Like she'll be shy in the beginning. It is a little much. Like I'll have her on stage with me, like at book tour, and she wants to sing, but she'll only sing with me, and she's a little quiet. And I'm like, okay, I was like center of attention as a kid. I'm like, give me the mic.
Yeah.
And she's a little more reserved, but then she comes out of her shell and she's a crack up. Like this kid is hilarious, but it's like with us. And that's why everyone's like, you got to get her in movies. You got to get her acting. I'm like, she'll shut down. We've had one paid job for her with Scheana. We had a photo shoot. And I'm like, girl, you're getting paid a lot of money. Like you're getting paid in your Coogan account that I'm not touching.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you need to work. But it was like, she was kind of starting to shut down again. And she's done this ever since, I mean, she started speaking. Like 1.5, 2 years old. Still the same reaction where it's like embarrassed and shame and like,
So that again, big feelers where this is the textbook big feelers feeling they really need to get used to their environment before they can feel comfortable. And there is nothing wrong with that. And when she's going to jobs right now, that might be the case. But this is where I would really bring this growth mindset in, where really praise, not like, wow, you got the microphone and you were the best. Like, you're the best singer. Don't you want to sing? Because, like, your voice is so pretty. You're going to praise that process. You're going to narrate. You're going to say, when you first got there, how were you feeling? Maybe kind of like butterflies in your tummy. You were feeling a little scared. Then I noticed halfway through, you were starting to warm up. You were starting to get in the groove. And when you were singing, you looked happy. Did you feel? Yeah, you felt so happy when you were singing. That was amazing. Like, how do you feel? Do you feel proud? And that's sort of this growth mindset moment where there's not the pressure of, I'm a good singer. What's wrong with me that I can't get up there and sing? Instead, they're realizing, okay, I'm going to feel scared.
There's phases,
then I'm going to warm up,
through that.
and I'm a singer. I can do this.
Right. That growth is possible because when we're only praising the outcomes, what ends up happening is our kids become afraid to take risk. They might not want to try something that I may not be good at, or I may not look like I'm smart anymore, so I'm just not going to do that. We want them to feel comfortable not being good at stuff, trying it, failing at it, learning from it, and us really making that the norm. That with more practice, we can get better at something. We can grow.
And then you praise that journey. You're praising how they got there.
Yeah.
One thing I have noticed is the mom and dad guilt, and this is to you as well, honey. Kind of like elaborate. Maybe you can elaborate on where your guilt comes from as a mother, because, for example, we're working, we're traveling. I've been gone for 4 days. I have to be around my kid, and it's like for me, I'm like, our kid's completely fine with us being gone. She's in a safe environment. She loves where she's at. So, like, just take a beat. Like, understand that we've done the right things. We're not taking away from our child's things. How can parents that have this guilt that and you can touch on it too, something we talk about. I'm like, honey, relax. You don't have to pick her up. You don't have to do this. We have a team. It takes a village, and we have a good village.
I never want to miss a moment. You know, it's like he's going to take her to jujitsu today. And then I'm like, but last time he took her, there was something that I missed. And I'm like, did you get a video? And he's like, no, I was just in the moment. And I'm like, I want to do everything. I can't do everything. I'm a working mom. I can't drop her off and pick her up every single day and do all of the classes and stuff. I'm so fortunate to have such an amazing, but I feel like I need to. And then it's like, I feel guilty if I'm not putting her down every night, because I'm like, no, I do my girls' night dinners at 8:30 so I can put her down and then go out. But then it's like, my friends are like, this is kind of late, you know? And I'm like, but I have to be there for my kid. And then it's the public eye and you get the judgments like, you're never with your kid. I'm like, yes, I am. I did dinner at 9 o'clock so I could put my kid down.
Isn't it wild how much we do for our kids and yet we still feel this
compared
guilt?
to like, exactly. That's where I get. I'm like, honey, take an inventory of the things we've done. You're okay.
Yeah.
The advice is to be a man. Why? How?
Brock, that's the first time I've ever heard dad guilt in a sentence there.
I mean, but he's saying like he's totally fine with it. And so when you think of it objectively, Scheana, do you feel the same way? Right? If you were to be really objective about it, would you be like, no, I am there for her all the time. Yes. I can take a girl. Like if it was a friend, you'd be like, you can take one night a week or a month or whatever it is.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I don't know about you, but I feel the exact same way. I feel guilty sitting right here. My husband is home and he is with the kids. And
he's having a blast, by the way.
Here.
He's having a blast with them. He's like, yo, what do you guys want to do? Let's do it.
Dude, he's cleaning out the garage, but with them. And they are having a blast. You know, they're like Tupperware. They're like doing all the things, like organizing and going to the post office. And I'm like, you know, and then my kid had acting class last night and I didn't get to take her to it. And it was her first one. And I don't know if you have advice, but
Yeah.
I feel the exact same
No,
way.
we had to be out of town, and it was a jujitsu competition, and it would have been her first one. And I go, nope, we'll do the next one. I'm not missing her first competition
Yeah.
because it's just. But then she missed her first competition because
Because of you.
Yeah, because of me. I'm like, there will be more. She's 4.
Dick
Okay,
move.
First of all, you're
she
fine,
got
yes.
plenty of
Yeah,
time. to
first
have.
of all,
Absolutely.
I also did.
Absolutely.
I was okay with her missing that one because of the
We were at
because of us
BravoCon.
dealing with the shame and all that. I want her to. I'm gonna have that kid flipping kids before she goes into a jujitsu
You guys,
class.
the things that I would miss to have gone to BravoCon, I'm just going to tell you right now. Every year, my husband and I are like, we're going to BravoCon. That's going to be like our couples trip.
Yes.
And we never do it, but I would have missed, for the record, I would have missed every milestone.
Well, I
just to
think
go
we
to
know
BravoCon.
somebody that might be able to do something.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm there
It's her
next
dream.
year. It's literally
I love
my
that.
dream.
Perfect.
So advice. I mean, do you have advice?
I think you have to just kind of ground yourself in a broader perspective. Like, you really are there. We all struggle with this, and it's because we love our kids. That's
Mhm.
why we feel this way. We love them so much, and we want them to feel that we're there for them. But the reality is, you are there for them, and they know that, and
Yeah.
they feel it.
Definitely.
I will also say that some of the absolute best advice that I have ever gotten from quote unquote seasoned moms who are also licensed professionals, and we've had them on the podcast. We've had several moms whose kids are teenagers. They're also therapists themselves. Every single one of them, when I said, if you were to have the number one advice for raising a really healthy kid, what is your number one strategy, biggest bang for your buck? Every single one of them said, have a healthy, whole mom, especially, and dad.
Fill your
So
cup
have
first.
interests, have
Yeah.
friends, have a
Fill your
life,
cup
go
first.
to dinner, go exercise, have a nanny that your child loves or a babysitter your child loves. And I think there's something about childcare too that we working moms feel
Mhm.
horrific about. Like, it's somewhat okay if it's with grandma, but if it's somebody. And so the best advice, every single one of them said that. And I thought that was so interesting. It wasn't like validate your kid's feelings
Okay.
or blah, blah, blah. The number one thing was
Fill your cup.
your child needs to see you be a whole adult. So it's actually
Mhm.
good for your daughter to see mommy dressed up, if you want to dress up, or be in sweatpants and say, I'm going to meet my friends.
Yeah, and I
so
do
when
exactly
she's
that.
older,
so.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
actually healthy. So
It's
that's what I
healthy.
try to tell myself. My husband, I wish he were here, he gasses women up that work and says, what an example for your daughter
Mhm.
to see her mom live her dreams, live her passions, make a career that way, make money that way, change the world, do
Yeah.
good things like you are. And if the opposite, if you're sacrificing that, it's not so great for her to see. You know you're there
Exactly.
enough.
No, absolutely. And that is a really good point. And my kid, I swear, she holds me accountable. Like 2 days ago, she goes,
I love that.
Mom, you didn't do yoga this morning. I
No,
was like,
she puts you on.
"You're
Dad,
right."
I love her.
Dad, you're wasting power. Dad,
When he leaves the lights on.
again.
She's
Dad,
very intuitive.
Don't forget to shut the door. Dad, you didn't shut the door. I was like, yo, you're a narc, okay? Not in my own house. Fill my
I
cup,
love
kid.
her.
She's going to help you grow.
She
Yes.
has.
She
She
does.
does.
Now, I want to ask you about parenting in the public eye, because obviously that adds a whole other layer when we're just being judged constantly for everything.
Let
We've
them.
taken a bit of a break from TV for now, so we're not getting that, but there's still, online, podcast, whatever. But how can we protect our child emotionally when the outside world has opinions on everything we do?
It's called me.
Mm.
That's my job.
That is
And
a-
like, how much should kids know about their parents being on TV,
That's not a question we've had to answer before.
Yeah.
That's a very specific
It's a very
use case
niche one.
scenario.
It is. I mean, I will say we again, we are not Scheana nor Brock, but we struggle with this ourselves. We have Reddit account threads
Mhm.
that are, like finding our
They love
children's
it.
school and like
Yeah, yeah.
stalking, and let alone, I mean, every parenting decision we make is just, ripped apart. And we struggle. We struggle with that, and we are not you. So I
Yeah.
can't possibly even.
I think I can speak
Imagine.
to it. I think I got a professional
Brock
answer
has
for
the
this.
answer. Go
I'd
ahead,
like
Brock.
for you guys
As
to give
as
me
an expert.
Yeah, it's your world. Don't worry about the outside world. And if you let the outside world affect your world, that is the problem.
Mhm.
And so by treating it as in like, oh, what are the people? Don't worry about them. Put your kid in the car. go on a boat. If they're next to a life jacket, you take a photo. Like don't let
No, that was it.
outside.
That was it.
We were in
that's one of them.
Hawaii.
Safety police, yeah.
But don't let
Sure.
that get into your family because they don't have your last name. They don't know your situation. They're not there with you. And if you allow outside to come into your family, you're not doing your job.
Well, I
Yeah.
agree with that, especially when I heard you say you don't want to go to dinner with your friends because the internet is going to say you're a bad mom because you're never with your kids.
Let them.
I'll never understand. There's God, who is it? Oh, Kristin Cavallari. She's the Dear Media person.
Yeah.
Right.
All I used to see on her comment thread is like,
Where's your kids?
where's your kids? You're never with your kids. And I'm
Where?
like, she said out loud she's protecting their privacy. And like, you can show your kids or not show your kids, but why? Like, guys, just think for 1 second. She's not showing her kids because it's her boundary to not
Right.
show her kids.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean she's never with her kids. So I agree with Brock where it's like, don't change your family values or what you're doing because you think somebody's going to fucking say something.
Because
That's
they're going
not
to say
what we're
something
doing.
anyways.
Now,
so.
do I have advice in terms of how to deal with it emotionally? We talk about this all the time where it is not human nature. Our brains were not biologically hardwired to have millions of people say horrible things about you and the thing you love the most, your baby. So we are hardwired to have, I don't know, 7 conflicts or something. You know, you have a friend group.
That's the conflict.
And everybody, in Vanderpump Rules, like that's the limit usually. You're not
Well, yeah, your
used
group,
to.
that's the normal limit.
Your limit is
group
the upper limit.
Is,
It's a real upper
you've
limit.
spread yourself big.
That's the conflict you're supposed to be able to have, or the judgment that you're supposed to be able to handle. So I don't necessarily have advice on how you should deal with it because that's just hard.
There's always going to be the people who love you and then the people who want to tear you down
Right.
and they're going to find something and it's not reality.
But
is
about
the thing.
Scheana's perfect, if I may.
Oh,
I
thank
know
you.
you're sitting in the
I
room, but
agree.
I say that all the time.
I
Like,
am a securely
I'm
attached
watching.
person, I learned recently.
Oh,
so.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
But
Look
I've
at the
done the
growth.
work.
Look at the
Good for you.
growth.
Yeah.
Look at the
Exactly.
growth. I would
Good
know what
for
that
you.
means if I did the growth.
One thing when you mentioned about Kristin protecting her kids' privacy, what are your opinions on posting your kid, having your kid on reality TV? Like, obviously, it's like we have a Nepo reality baby, you know?
Yeah.
It's like she was born not on television, but a few days later, like, there she is. She had to be, I think, 15 days old. Since she was
wow.
15 days old, she's been on TV, she's been on YouTube, she's been on Instagram. I'm like, is she gonna, one of my biggest fears is one day, is she gonna resent me and say, Mom, why did you have me like plastered all over the internet? And I feel like that is one of the biggest things we get judged for is like, you're using your kid.
Mm.
And I'm like, well, first of all, any brand deal or anything that I quote unquote use my kid for, there's a percentage of money that goes into her own account. And even if she doesn't do anything with us, I still put money into her account every year. And she also has her own Coogan account for when she has like an actual paying job. But then I wonder, like, am I posting my kid too much? Should I not post my kid? Should she not be on TV? Do I protect her privacy? Like, do you have any advice there?
I think it's really a personal choice
Mhm.
and we are navigating this for the first time ever, honestly.
Yeah.
Especially with how technology has been evolving.
Mm.
So again, you're in this really unique situation, honestly, where she's been on TV and I think as parents, it's one of those things where we just kind of weigh in, what are we comfortable with, what are we not, and that can change over time too.
Mhm.
And
Like-
yeah.
Personally, I don't post my kids online because of things like the deep fakes and AI and all these kind of scary things that have emerged. And to be honest too, my kid can't necessarily consent to it.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. So I don't think you're using your kid, but the flip side is, can they kind of sign up for this consciously? Maybe not. So,
So not to always bring it back to us, but just to relate, like we are parenting experts. We're literal child. We used to share our
Mhm.
children. Personally, I regret having done that.
Mhm.
But it was also a part of our journey and it was a different time. And so like Deena is saying, everything is always evolving. You don't know until you know. You start out and you're like, of course I'm going to share this beautiful, wonderful, this is my whole life. This is the light of my life. At a certain point for us, it started to feel really bad. When people start weighing in online about like, well, Tallulah is, spoiled and entitled or this or that. And I'm like, whoa, okay, that doesn't feel good to me.
Yeah.
And so what I would say to you is to give yourself permission to change whatever rules you have whenever it doesn't feel right for you.
Mhm.
You're not obligated to do anything for anyone. So you're not obligated to take her off just
Yeah.
because everybody doesn't
Yeah.
like it. You're also not obligated to keep her on just because you started sharing her in the first place. So
Right.
we learned that ourselves of just being like, I love sharing them. And then at a certain point, it was like, whoa, you don't get
Yeah.
to fucking talk about our kids. So they're gone. And you
Yeah.
can say whatever you want about me. You can follow us around and do whatever,
Yeah.
but you're not going to talk about our kids. And that's new though. That's
Yeah.
new.
She's at the point where she's like building Legos and she's like, can you set up the tripod
my
in the
gosh,
phone? And she
guys.
goes, hi guys, today we're, and I was like, okay, maybe she is made for
Her
this.
and
I
her
know.
friend, her and her friend,
They
like,
do love
they
it.
love
Yeah.
it.
They love it.
And I see the creative side on it.
Yeah.
On the side of the social, I'm like, honey, we also have a win here. When she goes to deal with the social media of the teenage area,
Yeah.
she's not going to be even bothered by that because it's going to
True.
be. She's also not going to run it. It will be run by somebody else separately, but it would
Me?
be very much treated as, oh, that I don't know. I don't do social media. I just do this, which is, I don't know. That's where I see that. But I also understand. I've heard a lot of it, and I just look. They've got me to go through. To be fair, so if they're going to come at my kid, they're going to deal with me.
Yeah.
Good luck, buddy.
I know you have to run, but I still wanted to do a rapid fire of
Yeah,
questions.
you want to run that? Thank you guys so much. I will
Thanks, Brock.
give my daughter the space to have her feelings, and I will continue on this journey of letting her, validate her. What do we call it? The independent growth strategy. What did we? What?
Girl mindset?
The growth mindset.
You could rebrand it. Why not, Brock? Go for it.
Brock's growth strategy for kids.
School of Brock.
School of Brock. It's a solid one. I really
Ooh.
enjoyed. I thrive with kids. I just can get on their level real quick. I get their attention. I'm like, yo, this is what we're gonna
the
do.
opposite. I'm like, I don't know how to play make believe. Can we like color, do like build a Lego, something I can like do?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so then we're gonna act out this scene, and we're gonna do, and then I always do it wrong. I never know the rules, and I'm just like, I'm not.
Oh, yeah, we
good
have a
at this.
director.
You're
Her
too
and her friends are
creative.
directors. Like, you got to do this and this, and then we should do this.
No,
Could we
you did it wrong.
We
I'm like-
redo that. We redo scene after scene from all her favorite movies. I love it. She loves it. She really has fun putting on a performance too.
Yeah.
By the way,
All
but thank you
right.
so much
Go pick
for
her up
Thanks,
from
Brock.
school.
for coming in today. Appreciate you.
Get your baby.
All right.
Get your baby.
All right, so Brock had to leave to go pick up Summer, speaking of, from school, but I wanted to do a quick fire round before we wrap up. What is the biggest toddler myth?
Ooh.
No.
That when they are tantruming, they are manipulative or spoiled or a brat. It's just their brain development.
Uh-huh. Most underrated Big Little Feeling strategy.
The pause. Pausing before you react.
Okay. One thing every parent should start doing today.
Taking care of themselves, including me.
Ooh, I
Mhm.
like that.
I like that. One thing every parent should stop doing today.
Spanking.
Oh, yeah.
How
I was
about we
gonna,
go
and
that?
I was also gonna say negotiating and begging. When they're not
Yeah.
listening to, firmly, confidently hold the boundary.
Nice.
Oh my God. See, okay,
Nice.
I
You
need to
needed that.
stop doing that. It's like negotiating,
Yeah.
with this little adorable.
Adorable.
Mhm. Yep. What is your favorite Big Little Feeling meltdown script?
It's okay to cry. Let it out. I'm
Yeah.
right here with you.
It's okay to feel mad. I'm not gonna let you hurt anyone.
Mhm.
I'm gonna help you now.
Okay. I do also with her when she's having those big feelings. I tell her, I go, when mommy was little, she used to do this and she would feel the same way. And I try to like get on
Good.
her level and relate. She still shuts down. And I'm like, I'm just saying, I understand. If you want, me, I'm right here. The other day, she's hiding in the laundry room. She's having her little meltdown. And I just sat at the top of the stairs. And then I can hear her like peek out and I look. And then she like goes and like hides behind the door again. I'm like, do you want me to go downstairs? Do you want me to just sit here? I'm here for you. And I'm like, okay, grunt. I'm just going to go downstairs. And then she comes down and she's perfectly fine and happy. I'm like, it's like so hot and cold.
Yeah,
but
can I just say you are crushing it?
You're
Like you
crushing
are
it.
killing it.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you
Thank
for that.
you.
For just
Thank you.
letting her have those feelings and being
Yeah.
her safe space. And I'm here for you
Yay.
because that becomes her inner voice.
And you're
she's
giving
gonna-
her space. And
Yes.
not everybody be like, no, I need to validate her feelings. I need
Yeah.
to give her a hug.
Yeah.
Or the opposite. I need to punish her.
right.
And you're actually just intuitively listening to what she needs in that
Yay.
moment. Good for you. Good job.
yes.
Good
Gold
job.
star for
You get a good-
Scheana.
Yeah, you get a gold star.
What is one thing that always works on your own kids?
All three of my kids are so different.
Yeah, I got to think about that for a sec.
Yeah.
What's your biggest parenting ick?
Mm.
People shaming their kids into
Shaming.
listening.
Uh-huh.
Shaming, yeah.
I feel like I see it a lot at hotel pools.
Why? I was picturing a Ritz-Carlton pool that I was at, and there was a lot of like, what's wrong with you? Why do you look that way? Stop, like that kind of.
It's
that
because
kind of
they
thing.
have the wrong mindset. It's not a vacation. You're on a trip with kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
gotta shift.
Yeah. Well, what's coming up next for you guys?
We have some really big things coming in this year. One that we're working on behind the scenes. We can't give everything away, but it involves bigger age groups, so bigger
Okay.
feelings. So kind of more like
Okay.
above 6 years old if you're struggling with those
Love
preteen
that.
years.
Ugh.
And we also we're writing a book. I hope it comes out.
Yeah.
So
Yay!
that's exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Oh, also we'll be at BravoCon this year.
Hell yeah. It might be next year. They might be doing every other year. But
I'll be
we'll keep you posted.
there. Okay, thanks.
Oh, see, there's my alarm. Time
There
to
it is.
pick the kid up. He's got it.
I love it.
Are there any new courses or tools parents should look out for?
Yes. So this whole episode is actually kind of what our newest, biggest baby is, which is the Big Feelers course. So
Yeah.
if you have a kid who is very sensitive, who is either really sort of like that rejection, shame, hiding and shutdown response, or the opposite, they're really explosive, they're really like big reactions, they're sensitive. We have a program. It is unlike anything else that is out there. So you're going to actually be able to teach your kid not only how to manage their own emotions, but also hold on to that good part of the sensitivity, that fire within them, that creativity. They can still be that spark and be able to calm themselves down.
Mhm.
Notice when they're feeling overwhelmed. Notice their own emotions. It's really a game changer. We are two sensitive adults who are raising sensitive kids. So we
Yeah.
just put our whole heart and soul into the Big Feelers program.
I love that. Last question. Where do you feel that parents still need the most support?
Honestly, in feeling like you're not screwing your kids up.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's something that a lot of us, after a hard day or a hard moment, we kind of spiral on it at the
Yeah.
end of the day, and we're all wondering, and you're doing better than you think a lot of the
Yeah.
time.
Agree with
I
that.
love it. Well, Kristin, Deena, thank you so much for being here today and for giving us and every parent listening the tools to breathe, to reset, and to just feel a little less alone. It's been amazing. I was so excited to have this conversation with both of you. And if you're not already following Big Little Feelings, make sure to check them out on Instagram at Big Little Feelings and head to biglittlefeelings.com for their courses, resources, and all of your support that you maybe didn't know you needed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. This was
Yay.
fun.
The
Yeah,
best.
so fun.
Bye.